Hey guys, welcome back to the Crust. Hope you're having a great day today. You're going to notice there's a lot of stuff shut down. There's a lot of machines powered on. I've got one smelter in every group, one production machine in every group. I've got two of the multi-regolith because I can actually get away with that. I've got a lot of stuff shut down except for one machine basically and everything. And that's because power shortages, right? So I have 9 days, 8 hours left before dawn, and I only now have 10 days and 10 and a half days of power left. So we're gonna have power the rest of the night, but only because I've shut down everything. So that's the thing. Now our rover has arrived at this relay station, and it says Cascade is a compact autonomous relay station. The SCT Limited Corporation manufactured this series of repeaters as an above-ground component of the Unified Hope communication system. The Cascade stations are decked out with autonomous equipment designed to function independently for several years without requiring human maintenance. While the likelihood of discovering provisions or emergency supplies within these stations is low, they present an opportunity to procure electronic gear or spare parts. So now we can bring more aluminum and bring smart concrete to this location, and we might get some stuff out of it. We'll see. We might do that. We'll see. We're going to go down. I'm going to kind of just look through all these little question marks that I can with this rover that we have. So I'm going to go to Underground Vault here, and then this is really far away, isn't it? Like, our home is way over here, so we're not going to do that. The Research Center, we can pick up food. I don't know if I necessarily need that. We're pretty good on food, so we'll hold off on that. Right here, our WES 45H, the inhabited station for water extraction processing, number 45. This is over here, the ice spring. We need to deliver the resources and drones to the water extraction and processing station. That's part of our missions here to do this. I happen to have modular frames, and I happen to have all of these things, I think. So I'm going to set up an expedition to go ahead and do this. And we're going to use Atlas because it's here, ready to go, and we'll just fill that up and send it on our way. We only have 13 modular frames, but we have it, so we're going to send it. Now, we also had that other cargo truck now because I bought it. And Charlie 23 is another task that we're supposed to be doing here. Also built by SCT Limited in the early 2070s. And so we need to deliver these resources to this to facilitate. I don't remember what the mission was for this one. I don't remember where this originated, but we're going to go ahead and do this and fill this up as well. We have all the prerequisite materials for that too. So we'll go ahead and get both of those queued up, and the drones can go ahead and do that stuff. In the meantime, they are also clearing the ground. They need to clear all the Regulus out of the ground before they can, begin to actually start building. And so that's going to take a very long time. I've set up a storage here for them to deliver to. So they'll, be able to deliver here. It's not that far away. Certainly a little bit closer than what it was here. But definitely want them to prioritize this area. And unfortunately, I can't tell them to do a priority area. So they will periodically go and get them from other places too. Every once in a while, I'm seeing them getting from other places. But it's fine. It's fine. The belts are still bringing things in. But they're not going to be at tier 3 speeds because we're not operating all these machines. We're only operating 2 of them. So the upgrades are kind of a waste at the moment. But it's all right. We're gonna get there. As far as contracts go, because we are going to be good on power, and we're sending those resources out that way, something very simple would be good, preferably something that doesn't require any of the trucks that I just put to work. That's good if we were making microprocessors, but we're not. I don't think we have... See, we have this, but I'm sending some of it on a truck right now. So I think we're going to hold off on that one. I have enough microcircuits to do this one. 14 days. I could definitely have this. Yeah. I like this contract very much. Go ahead and load that into a Orbiter S1. And then they can go down and bring that. Now, hopefully they prioritize this. It is the higher priority building. I actually have my Expedition Control Center off because it takes 75 power to operate. But yet they still will deliver resources here. I don't think the truck will leave from here. It may. If it does, then I could just leave the thing powered off, I suppose. But I'm hoping it doesn't. I'm hoping it doesn't actually leave. But they can bring things in here without it being powered on. So that's still happening. Off we go. A little bit more money for me. Thank you. Up to 200 grand now. Very good on cash at the moment, but we have a lot to spend in the future. Let's go ahead and take a look at another contract potentially. And this is fuel, but it's on the surface. Would rather not do that. The air filter one's interesting, but I'm not making modular terminals yet. But that would be a pretty good one if I was. NERPA. I like your name, but no, it's not going to happen. 296 plates. It's a little outside my budget, looks like. So never mind on that. This one's a pretty easy one. More microcircuits going out. 17 grand. I think that's pretty simple to get ACIL. Get the reputation up with these guys. So that's a pretty simple contract. We'll go ahead and deliver that one. And without even leaving the screen, I think we can probably queue up another one. It's not very difficult to deliver. What about this one here? Urban infrastructure. It's a lot of stuff to deliver, and the titanium is really useful other ways. I like the idea of having the components, but I currently have half of it shut down at the moment. I think I could probably make this many to get there. And 49 days is a long time. I'm pretty sure we could get there. So I'm going to go ahead and queue that one up too, because I'm thinking we can probably do that. That is maxed out. Let's go ahead and get one of these bigger ones. Yep. Everything can be delivered a little bit over the capacity of the orbiter, unfortunately, but here we go. Okay, we'll bring that stuff down. And then the truck looks like it does indeed leave with the materials, even though this is off. So that's a bit interesting. I would prefer that not be the case, but it is what it is. And they're also bringing fuel back to the station so that the fuel can then go into the truck, I think. So if that's the case, then we should be able to go here and see that this has fuel. It has 50 out of 64 fuel capacity here, and we could have it go faster by simply activating the usage of fuel. Now it will arrive in 9 days as opposed to 11 days. So 2 days faster on that trip. That's not bad. I don't really have a urgency at the moment, so I'm going to hold off on that, but it's pretty good to know that we can do that. And as long as we're delivering fuel to the station, the trucks will leave the expedition center with fuel in them. So pretty good. Okay, so I think this is the only contract, right? I mean, aside from this one, which... Did we not deliver all the steel yet? Oh, shoot. This didn't get delivered. I thought for sure we were already doing this. Well, I was miscalculating this. I've been very distracted by other things. Okay, so obviously we need to deliver this now. Yep, keep going. Wow, that's expensive. 3,200, damn. Okay. All these pods drop down. And yeah, in 15 more days, I think is what it is. 14 more days to get that bonus. That's an 18,000 credit bonus. It's pretty good. It's also an additional 80 reputation with them. It's the same science though, right? Yeah. But still, the drones should be pretty much exclusively on that if I could get them to hustle on that, because it is high. All the landing pads are high priority. And, you know, kind of getting the concrete... I think getting the concrete up here would be a good idea, right? I mean, this is a lot of smart concrete. I could probably bring it... Where is that? It's right where my solar panels is, isn't it? This is over here where my solar panels are, but I could go here. That's not too bad. Or maybe even here between the batteries coming out. That's seems a little bit... I don't know about that. Let's look at it from up here. Right here. So... I'm looking at it from here. Like maybe here would be okay. You know, it's like the pole's not in the way. I think we could probably make that work as a way to bring resources up top. Maybe. Yeah. I think so. Let's make that there. I think that'll be fine. And we can have this be, you know, kind of the... Now I'm tempted to go back a little bit. No, I'm gonna leave it there. So we're gonna have this be another place for us to come out. So we're gonna come out here, here, and here. I think generally that's gonna be fine. Okay, with the power back on, I do want the batteries to charge, but I also want like everything to go back online. So let's just turn everything back on. It takes a little bit of a process to turn everything back on. It'd be kind of neat to have like a... I don't know. I'm thinking about how I can make this more convenient for power down situations. And of course, the game doesn't offer any features like this. You got to go one at a time. But I'm thinking if the game did offer a feature of it, I would love to have prioritization be like low priority and have one button where I shut down all low priority machines. I think that would be really cool. Also, they made it to where you don't. So they did 2 changes compared to back when we played before. One is this is a hold down button now. So you have to hold that down to prompt that, which is great. So you can't accidentally click it. The other thing is you can cancel demolitions now too. You can't do that with, you know, demolishing the belts or the wires, but demolishing any machines, you can cancel that now. So that's nice, because you couldn't even do that before. When we played before, it was like, oh, I accidentally clicked to delete. I guess I have to watch desperately as they tear down something I don't want torn down. And that was basically it. If you accidentally clicked it, you were screwed. That's not happening now, thankfully. So cool. So we're turning everything back on. As the day comes up, we should have power positive. There we go. Yep, power positive now. And we want to get more solar panels, dude. I'd love to have more solar panels. I don't know why the CPU is fluctuating. Oh, wait a minute. I understand now. Wait, so when the cargo truck arrives on the base, they're using CPU power? But when they're off base, they're not? Is that how I keep going over? Because I tried to figure it out. Like, I ended the last video at 372 out of 370. And I'm like, how am I over? And I think it's because the cargo truck came back, right? Or because I landed the cargo truck. You're allowed to buy the cargo truck, but the CPU capacity goes up while it's here. That's weird. You would think that CPU capacity would just always be up if you have that truck. It wouldn't matter if it's here or not. But yes, I don't know. Is what it is. Okay, so hopefully they're gonna get on that and deliver all those goods. And I want to see, crossing my fingers here, I really want to see this 6 million power storage get up there. But I would much rather see this stuff finish first. So we have a lot to deliver here, unfortunately. I kind of want to have more cargo drones. If I take a look at, I think it's fundamental, the cargo drone area here, we could do this, which makes them faster, but I think there's another one here. Yes. Increases the permissible load of cargo drones by 5 units, so they'll be able to haul more stuff each time. I think that's a good thing to have pretty soon here too. I can't do cargo bay 2, but I'm liking the idea of maybe getting CPU permitting. This is only 1 unit, so I'm kind of liking the idea of having 2 of these. And then I could just have them, I guess, be right here. Maybe right next to each other like this. It does connect. I'm going to try to build that, because then I can have 5 more that can haul things around. In times like this, where I really want things brought to the landing pads, this would be really helpful. In times like this, where I really want to have a lot of this regolith brought out of here, you know, being able to temporarily shift a whole bunch of these guys like that would be great. It looks to me like I don't have anything marked to dig, which is kind of interesting. How about we get you digging over here? Let's mark out a place out here. This is the silicon out here too, which is good. And we'll just kind of make a box right here where you should dig. Kind of wish my brush could be a little bit bigger, but this is as big as it gets, as far as I know. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is as big as it gets. So I just gotta have to, you know, Microsoft Paint this, if you will. But now, at least with the diggers, have something to do. There we go. All right, good. And then maybe we'll leave that closed like that for now. Just for now. Okay, how much time left on this delivery? 6 days. I think we can get it. Yeah, it's just concrete at this point, and we have it. So bring it up there. 6 days, we'll have the bonus. And then we can, again, continue working on components, which I don't know if I turned that on. Did I turn that on? I did. I did, and I turned all this stuff on too, right? Yes, I did. Okay. Excellent. Good. Got the bonus, 108,000. Very nice. And I'm seeing our day half done. And our power is only at 23%. So I'm definitely not I definitely do not have enough solar power right now. I think it's probably time to get into fuel generators, isn't it? I wasn't going to, but I think it's probably time to do that. Solar power, it takes a lot of CPU for what you get. If we use the fuel generator, we get 100 power and only costs me 1. That's kind of worth it, right? From hydrogen fuel, which we're already producing down here. So I could bring the fuel, I suppose, up here. The hydrogen fuel generator could be over this way. It's not really connected to any power source though, but this is where my energy is coming out. So I'm thinking of maybe setting up some power out this way. Alternatively, I can put it down here. Maybe that's what I should do. Up top is my spare power or my spare fuel that I can sell, but maybe like right here, we place a generator and then this stuff just goes off to the generator first. That kind of thing could probably be more acceptable. It's easier on the... Yeah, it's going to be a lot easier to do that than it is to route the belt on the top side and everything too. So I could also put it back here, looks like. That's in the way of another smelter if I want to put it there though. And I do want to put it there. So I think over here is not a big deal. Over here will be fine. We'll go 1. Should we do 2? Being able to keep everything running all at the same time is a pretty dang good thing. So I think we'll do 2. And we'll have it 1 connect here and 1 connect here for the time being. And then this needs to go underneath. So we'll have this deviate here off this belt, and all the fuel can now go into these 2 things.
Director, I can't express my gratitude enough. After the explosion, all we could do was to seal off the depressured compartments one by one, and until there were none left. Without you, we would have been left waiting in terror for the inevitable, and I wouldn't wish that fate on anyone. We have already begun uploading the data collected from our servers to your system. It should contain some pretty useful stuff. Additionally, we are providing you with the location of our backup vault.
Nice.
As we lack the means to reach it after the explosion. Your transport should be capable of making the journey. Thanks again, Director. We'll stay in touch.
So Charlie 23 is our friend for the next 60 days, providing us with some science. We do like that. Okay, so I think this is a pretty urgent matter to get fuel up and running. So I'm going to go ahead and do that because, yeah, we're running out here. So each of these solar panels produce about 50. It's variable, right, depending on the time of day. So I think it's 55 max. I'm not sure if that changes with difficulty, but it's 55 max. Also, all of these are awaiting resources to be fixed. So, like, half of them are just down. That's no good. They're supposed to be fixing them, but I guess because the landing pad is the high priority, they're not doing that. Is that why? Wow, I don't know. That's pretty wild. I guess they're fixing other things first. Let's go ahead and turn these on.
Director, we received requests from 2 competing organizations, Malachite and IEF. Both are asking for support, but we can only collaborate with one. Review the situation and make a decision.
Oh, can I postpone this? I have my own problems right now. Can we not? Can we just, like, can you guys deal with your own corporate political nonsense some other time, you know, in the future? Like, they have this huge thing to have happen right now, and they're not doing these. Like, I have it. There we go. I have the resources to fix these. Just get them online. Half of them are down. What is the deal here? Oh my gosh. Okay, 380 on the. So I mean, more generation, it doesn't, or more storage doesn't matter. I need more generation, which is why I'm getting the fuel up hopefully here pretty soon. I'm wasting science points. Let's see. So we need green. More green. Outpost fuel generator. I mean, sure, but this, right? It's this. It's always been this. It's definitely this. This is definitely what we're doing. Large solar panels for sure. Okay, they're not going to deliver the components to my fuel generators because the high priority is still this. So I'm going to have to take the priority down on this in order for them to deliver the components over to my fuel generators, unfortunately. So I think Maybe they'll get over here, you know, in a reasonable amount of time. We'll have them focus the supply on one of them. There we go. That one at least is going to get built. And I'm already in nighttime, 32% on power. This is bad. But I think there's some good news. It's 12.3 days right now. And now with this being on, turn it on. With that being on, we can last, it says 8.7. I think it's recalibrating everything, right? There we go. 9.8 days, 10.2 days. Okay, so we need to go a little bit more, and that's what this is for. So let's bump that up to max priority. But there we go. We are actually burning some of our fuel to keep our lights running. Hopefully. I still have 2 of the concrete machines down, but everything else is running. And then we'll go ahead and get this construction panel going too. And now we can bump this up to high priority. We're at 52 out of 67 delivered here. And we have 29 days left to deliver the rest of the balance, which I think is enough time. All right, 11 and a half days. And it says we have 7.7. That can't be right. Yeah, right here. Turn this on. Turn this on and see what happens. Here we go. Okay. It's running. I think I need more. Ooh, I think I need more. Tell you what. Why are you guys making things so slow, you know? It's the components. You all need fixed. Everything is breaking down. You need fixed. You need the components, which I just keep giving to the trade beacon. But it just took off, and we just got the contract completed. So I feel good about that. We can now hopefully have all of those components go towards the machines that need fixed, and there are a lot of them. And then they have this, of course, this big job to do over here, which is taking an enormous amount of their time, and there's so much left to do. It's pretty crazy. But at least they got all these fixed, I think. Yeah. All these are at least fixed now. Now, we're delayed a little bit. We're still going to have power go down. And it's a bigger deal now that power goes down. It's a bigger deal today than it was before because we have people on the base now, right? That matters now. So I'm going to shut down a few extra things. And I think probably, you know, the high power users are these things. So we'll shut down 2 of these. We're going to have to... I can't shut down the components, man. I need them for repairs. Just like too much. I think I can probably make do with shutting down the ice machine. There's a lot in storage here that'll get distributed anyway, so we can shut that down. The ice machines actually are quite power heavy too, so why don't we shut both of those down? They have a lot built up in them anyway. We can shut down the extra extractors on some of these. There we go. Shut down some of those, and we'll see what happens there. We're up to 5 days, it says. I really think it should recalibrate that. I mean, I feel like that should have really helped out, and it doesn't seem to have done so. Shut down one more concrete. Shut down... we have the microcircuits. Let's shut down both of our microcircuits factories for now. We'll shut down the extra extractor here too. Research is complete on the assembler, which is nifty because it means we can now go down to the Mark IV belts. And then my rover is just sitting out here waiting for something to do too. We can pick up some stuff from the underground vault as well. That's nice. We can send an expedition if we have a truck available, and we do. Yep, idle Colossus right here. So let's go ahead and send that one. I'm trying not to click this, but I'm going to have to do it eventually here. So let's go pick this up. Let's go ahead and click this and see what this is.
The disaster on the moon diminished Eurasian countries' trust in CRUST and its programs. Together with the Malachite conglomerate, these states developed the Aurora Aerospace Complex project. The company's representatives contacted us and invited us to participate in the project as a resource supplier on favorable terms. Upon learning of this, activists from the International Environmental Front decided to thwart the emergence of new dirty industries on Earth and prepared their own Aurora project to restore melting glaciers. The IEF plans to redirect the attention of Malachite investors to a more pressing environmental issue. We need to decide who to contract with.
Well, let's see. Just on paper here, one is trying to basically just get in the way of what they call a dirty industry to restore melting glaciers. Not sure how they're going to do that. How are you going to restore glaciers? I don't know. I mean, this is the future, so maybe they have a way to like super cool the Earth. But if that's the case, then what do you care about dirty industries for? And then you have the disaster on the moon. Together with Malachite Conglomerate, these states developed the Aurora Aerospace Complex project. The company's representatives contacted us and invited us here. So what is that aerospace complex project doing? If we help with space exploration, it's possible you could come up with some kind of alternative to CRUST. Are you looking at trying to get to the moon economically around CRUST? Because that'd be pretty hard to do. CRUST has a space elevator. I don't know. I have a pretty good working relationship right now with Malachite. They have some pretty favorable contracts too. I think I'm gonna be the industrialist on this one.
We have a new contract. This time from the Southwind Corporation. I'm sure you won't let me and the company down.
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah. Deliver. Safety first. Right, so we need to deliver modular terminals and modular frames. In 100 days, I get a bonus, but otherwise there's no deadline, so...
You made the right choice, Director. The explosion on the moon was a great tragedy, but it was an eye-opener for many. The CRUST monopoly threatens humanity's progress in space exploration.
That's what I'm saying.
Activists have been trying for centuries to resurrect an already dying planet, while we seek solutions for our common future. The data for the first contract has already been sent. We hope to send it as soon as possible.
Yeah, they're trying to come up with a way around CRUST and the monopoly. I'm approving of that. I think that's something that's gonna ultimately benefit humanity just a bit more in the long term than, you know, trying to restore the glaciers. I get what you're trying to do, but I don't know exactly how that's going to be better than having more competition to space. You know what I mean? So yeah, we're going to go ahead and help them. 3.4 days. So can we go without power with people? Can we go without power for like a day and a half? I feel like probably not. Let's shut down the big stuff here. Conserve energy as much as possible. Oh wait, that one has a staffer. Let's maybe not shut down the one that's being worked. Yeah, let's shut down some stuff here. Try to kill power power consumption here a little bit more. And we're at 5.2 days. We're good now. 5.9 days. Great. Can I have one of these on? I'd still like to process some stuff here. 4.9. Yeah, we can make it with one machine on. That's good. Can I turn the second one on? Can I turn the second one on now? 3.7 days. Oh, 3 days. Wait, I mean, it's no. The answer is no. You can't have another one on. Okay, keep that off, and we should be good to go. So long as we keep fuel. I mean, fuel has to just keep pumping into these things right now, and they are filling up, which is good. It's a good sign. It also means that we could potentially have more. CPU supports this, so I'm going to go ahead and produce additional fuel. That's a fuel factory. I need a fuel generator, which is in the power section of the menu. Here we go, fuel generator. The RTGs are possible too. They don't generate much, but they have no maintenance. And they cost a lot to build. Like, the costs are insane to build each one of them. But, you know, they generate reliable power. It's just not very good. So we're not going to do RTGs right now, but I will be doing this, like, I guess just here, right? Yeah. We'll put 2 more down. I think is okay. We have the fuel output to handle that. And if I ever need to really focus on power that way, then I can always just shut this off. And I think for now I will shut that off. We'll block that exit so that the fuel can fill up over here. I need this to come down as well. We're going to put this where am I putting this? Right behind this, I guess is okay. Maybe right beside it. I'll leave a gap between these things just so I can have power navigated this way, maybe. I don't know. If I'm going to move it this way, I'd rather move it all the way down this way, right? Plus, I need to provide power over here to this stuff anyway, so maybe that's not a big deal. Tell you what, why don't we go there with the pole? And then we can have you connected here. Those two. Okay. we'll have those two things rocking here, and that's going to give us more power too. Looks like we are 0.2 days, 7 hours. Let's shut down this. Shut down that last thing here. It could keep the lights on just a little bit longer. And the sun is coming up. So we've got that. And now we don't have all of these basically broken down in the meantime, which is good. So let's maybe get those to be prioritized in construction as well. Sociology lab is done as far as research goes. The conveyor belt actually takes all 3 kinds of science. So I like that. I don't want to build any more smart concrete machines. I would actually rather pay to upgrade them. So let's keep that there. And then from this point, we're getting into the higher end stuff. Outpost RTGs, no. I want to get into the flight control center for sure. And let's also maybe go into getting a cargo dock, or we could optimize the batteries a bit more. Ooh. Increasing the capacity of them doesn't sound too bad. And I won't have to build more. Not too shabby. Fuel generator upgrade increases the amount of energy produced from one cell by 15. That's pretty good too. Yep, and reduces their consumption. These are all very good things for fuel ongoing, for power. Let's start with increasing their output, and then we'll increase their efficiency, because I think we need output a bit more currently. Now I'm letting these batteries fill up. I'm not producing, I'm not turning the machines on. I'm getting these batteries up there. So I'm intentionally leaving this off right now so we can fill this up. Let's go ahead and turn this machine on. I think I want to see the batteries to be at like 60% before I start turning stuff on. So I want to see them really full. We're cranking all that power into them right now. And then with that, I could add 2 more, but I want to see, I'm going to add 1 more, but I'm going to see how these fill up as we go before I start adding any more. That's the last CPU I have. And we can go ahead and turn that on now. So all of the fuel is being directed to our generators at the moment to really pump out the power. Let's go ahead and turn these 2 on. We can turn all 4 of them on, actually. We're good now. Yep, 56%. Let's go ahead and turn that on. Turn that on. And I'm going to make my rounds turning on machines again and see whether or not we can get what we need to happen here. Let's turn on concrete. Yep. Smart concrete's back online. Microcircuits factory's back online. I wish people wouldn't automatically go work in places that are powered down. If they should choose to work in places that are, you know, not powered down, ideally. Yeah. That's where I'm going to go with that. It's a very smart comment. Really very well articulated, I know. Okay. Seems good. Everything is back online. Everything is powered on. And the batteries are looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and get that prioritized so that we have an extra battery to fill. So we'll get that going. With 418,000, do I want another vehicle? That's the question, isn't it? Wait, do we not get this? Oh, right. The components aren't delivered here yet. I mean, that makes sense. I haven't had the components available to deliver because they've been using them for all the repairs. But now that everything is kind of maintained, I think everything can kind of get moving again. We definitely need to sort power first before we can progress anymore anyway. And I mean, I have no CPU available. So like this is my data center, right? And I'd love to say prioritize this first, guys, but I still can't do that. It still doesn't let me do that, unfortunately. I think I will put another electric board in here though. Let's put it, I don't want it to be there because I could probably run a belt right along this later to input into here somewhere. So maybe I'll put it here instead. Right there is fine. And then we'll connect this up to that to give the base a bit more juice on that side. I don't know if that's necessary. It may not be. And this might be a total waste, but just to do it, that's my data center. So if I accidentally unplug something over here, I don't lose the CPU, or I don't know. Maybe I'm role playing it. Just go with it. All right. We have an extra power hookup on the data center side. And it looks like all of this is cleared out, which is pretty good. They're going to clear all of it before they start adding more resources to it. Although they have started to deliver some of the resources for the wall in the back, which is kind of nice. Okay, so the battery was there. We got 96% full. Now with everything running and nothing shut down, just double checking, nothing's shut down. We have just the expedition center is shut down. That's it. Which is fine. I mean, for roleplay purposes, I'm not on an expedition right now. I could be. I very well could be, but I'm not. Aligwo 4, observatory destroyed. We're sending a vehicle to investigate. Maybe we'll try this. I think we can probably do that. This one's on its way to the expedition center. Is it? I didn't realize we were on. I didn't realize we had anything. What's the truck? Oh, it's right over here. Okay. So it's literally just hanging out on the edge of the map. Well, we can go ahead and send it. So I want to see if I can actually send this without power. I shouldn't be able to. In my opinion, for balance purposes, we should not be able to do this, but I just want to see if I can. So I'm going to send this like that, but it's not going to actually happen until we load all of the components. I mean, I think we've already seen it leave, haven't we? Let's go ahead and turn it on. So if I turn the Expedition Center on and keep it powered right now, at 90% battery, we have 33 days of power. So this is more than ever enough. 33 days, you'll never need to have more storage than 33 days worth of power. So we're good on batteries, no batteries needed. More generation is what's really needed. So all of my attention should be on that. And I'd love to not have to run these constantly, but they are 400 power worth right now, which is essentially the equivalent of what, 14 solar panels, medium solar panels. So it's pretty significant to have those running right now. Yeah, I think, well, 55 at peak generation, right? So I guess each one of these is 2 medium power, 2 medium solar panels at near peak generation. So it replaces 8, but it runs constantly. It runs all the time instead of just during the peak hours of the day. So we'll keep that running. Let's see. I may not actually have to run these during the day. I could shut them off. It'd be cool to have a schedule on them. I think that'd be great if we could somehow configure these to only run when the sun goes down. That'd be awesome, but the game doesn't give me that ability, so I'm gonna have to manually do it and just babysit it. I got infinite time on this one, but it'd be nice to get that 172 modular terminals. Let's take a look at modular terminals. Well, before I do that, I have to have more CPU. Fine. Let's add 7 more to the data center, and I require 7 microprocessors in order to do that. So let's take a look at what we're going to do here. First, I'm going to buy the modular frames for an obscene rate because that's what it's requiring. What's the contract? How many? 30? 30? Maybe I'm not buying them. I don't think it's worth taking the bonus. I mean, it's only a, what, $22,000 bonus? If I have to buy these, it's way more than 22,000. So like, I might as well just let this contract linger. We're not going to bother with that, but I do want to make modular terminals and get to making modular frames as well. I can invest the money instead into the equipment necessary to make those things. I think that's always a better decision. So on that note, I'm going to get my orientation correctly here because I'm looking differently. So for modular terminals, I could set that up. Because there's a special machine for that. There's a modular terminals factory for that. And that's going to let the microcircuits are going to have to come this way in order for that to happen. And then the components are there. So this isn't something that's going to go in that building. This is where assemblers and carbon fiber are going to be at. These are going to have to be somewhere else. And I think it probably over here would be a good place. That way I can get the stuff from this side that's being made. I could split some of it in this direction, some of it in this direction. I'm going to have to bring it down through here. But how would I split that supply? How would I do that? God, it's starting to make more sense to have this be over here now. It does. It makes more sense to do that. If I bring it over here, then not only could I go that way, but I could also bring it up top a little bit easier too. I have a lot of microcircuits right now. I don't need the production. If I switch this, For a temporary thing, I could just set it up right here to start making them, but then I still have to bring the components this way. And I had the components routed here. I really need to increase titanium production. I think that's a really big thing. So maybe I'll take some of this money. Let's take some of this money and upgrade these 2, these 3 machines, these 4 machines. So I can have more components, because right now we're not producing enough of them. So these are all finalized positions. These are all, we're going to be right here. So, and then this is basically full at this point. So we're definitely outputting more titanium than we're processing. So we should be good to go on that. This is an interesting little buffer, just in case we need it to build something. Yeah. Okay. So we're fine on power as long as we're burning the fuel. And burning the fuel isn't a huge deal since we have more than enough aluminum and a lot of ice to go. Over 44,000 units of ice in this little bit here. And I don't know if there is any more ice. We should probably get one of those ore machine things those ore scanner things to come over here and scan for more ice in this area. Or more aluminum. Hell, who knows? Maybe it'll have that. Let's say put this right. Right, I don't have the CPU, of course. Okay, that was what I needed to do, is buy it. So I guess instead of buying this stuff, we'll just focus on buying microprocessors for the time being. And I'm going to buy 10 more in hopes that I can start making my own soon. Also, the robots' prices dropped down to 46 now, so I think I'll buy 2 of them. I can't afford that. Oh, CPU is exceeded. That's why I can't buy them. Ironic. Because if you let me buy it, then I would have more CPU. No, it's not really how it works, I guess. Okay, well, 10 microprocessors it is. That's all we really need. Everything else can get delivered very easily. So why don't we go ahead and have the bots focus on this for a second? Bring all the supplies here that you can. And we'll keep going. At 304,000, just take a look at where the bottlenecks are. I think maybe what needs to happen in order to satisfy these things is we need to upgrade some of these belts to push this stuff faster. I know it doesn't seem like that because it's, you know, it's kind of like stopping. But I think with these things being upgraded, I can afford more of them, right? And then I'm going to want this stuff to be pushed through faster at that point anyway. So we'll see. Maybe that's a waste of money too, but those are short belts. So I think eventually that'll be needed. When I get more and more machines, eventually that money will be needed. What else can we do? I'm waiting on Mark IV belts. I'm waiting on the smart concrete upgrades. I'm waiting on a lot of stuff.